Barry, I'd like to firstly say thank you for taking part in this interview, and you don't mind if it's being recorded.
Not at all, thank you very much for having me.
Excellent. I'm just going to start with one or two basic questions at the start. So, what age are you?
I'm 19 at the moment.
Excellent, excellent. And what is your current level of education or profession?
Well, I'm in college at the moment. I'm in second year, Digital Humanities and Information Technology in UCC in Cork.
Brilliant, brilliant. Do you feel, I'm going to go straight into the big questions now. Mm-hmm. So just answer them truthfully as much as you can, and you feel uncomfortable with any questions, we can skip any if you wish. So, do you feel you can express yourself, your true personal feelings on social media?
It's an interesting one. On social media, if I have my actual name on it, most certainly not. If you're using like a hidden identity, you can. However, for example, when it comes to trying to get a job or something, whatever you could say will be turned against you more than likely. Also, there's the fact that you could be ridiculed for your opinion by people you know of your age and so forth. Your personal feelings, I think it would be better to keep them to yourself offline, or just offline mainly. You could say it to your friends and so, but I'd imagine keeping them off the internet would be the most ideal thing.
So in a way, you don't think you can express your personal feelings at all within reason? You feel like in a way you're a different person online than you are offline?
I do feel like you have to be kind of clandestine about it. You've kind of been told like a lot of stories about it. You say the wrong things or whatever, and it can really turn against people later in life, especially when it comes to people like teenagers and younger than me more so, just by putting up stupid stuff online that they'll come to regret later in life. For example, I had a friend who put up a lot of stupid stuff online when she was younger, and when she got to college she had to delete her account because she said she does not want anyone to know what she said and what she's done trying to go forward, and she doesn't want what she said in the past to reflect her future. So it's that sort of thing where also I see another aspect would be your own feelings about it and all this. I don't feel like it's an appropriate place to put them up, just because it could be turned against you, I feel, by people just your peers, for example. I don't know, I suppose something like that.
Okay, excellent. Now another one for you. In your opinion, do you feel social media has affected you personally, as in your personal mental health, in a positive or negative light?
Personally, it has caused a bit of stress, you must admit, because you have to keep on top of it, and it's not an easy thing to keep it in control of. Whether it's affected my personal health, I'm not sure, quite sincerely. Personal health, I suppose. It has brought a lot of questions up. Like, I remember reading articles saying stuff like it causes an increased amount of loneliness, I believe, is an issue of it due to I might be wrong here, but I think it's watching other people do stuff, and I think it's like watching other people live their lives, and you're not, because you're just watching other people doing it. Because I don't know, maybe it's just because you're at home late or whatever, but I don't think it's it's a positive aspect. I do feel that if you were to pick one, it would be negative. I'm not sure how, but I do feel like it would have a negative impact over.
So you've at some point, due to social media, you've felt either stressed because of things said online, or you felt that you were, discouraged from doing things because people didn't agree with it, and you felt like you had to maybe move back away from it?
Well, let's see. For one example now would be Ask FM. I avoided it like the plague. A lot of my friends, and they got fierce ridicule because it's the amount of abuse they received from it, because it's anonymous messaging or something. I'm not too familiar with it now, not having used it myself.
Okay. How do you feel social media has affected you and your personal relationships? Have you lost friends over social media? Or have you gained friends because of it?
I've lost friends, possibly. Maybe just not keeping them in the loop, or or to that extent, or maybe saying things that shouldn't have been said, because it's a very different environment. Social media, it's difficult to relate it to the real life in some ways, because I do feel with a lot of people they kind of lack this filter that they'd have in reality. When they're talking to someone, they're not as quick as to state their opinion, and if they do, more than likely it wouldn't be in an aggressive tone. But certainly at the start, I may have said some things, and definitely with people I know anyway, they've said things that have offended a lot of people. And sarcasm does not translate well over the written form, and that alone causes a lot of strife with people, because when are you being sarcastic, when you're making a joke, and when are you just being mean? It's difficult to tell. So, yeah.
So that actually goes on to one of my other questions. Have you noticed people around you in your personal relationships with friends, them changing their personality to fit into social media? Like, you know, your friend is acting one way on social media, but then when you meet them on the street, they're completely different.
I think some of it's based on their interpretation. When you're sometimes with a friend, you can make a joke and they're like, oh, that's okay, and you put it up online and everyone sees it, like, oh, I'm not sure about this. But I do feel like some people have a different ego about it when they're on social media, that they're trying to compensate or they're trying to show off because they know this is there, that everyone can see it. There's definitely a difference of attitude. I feel that people are showboating a bit sometimes, and maybe they become more aggressive with their text. They could be a very timid person, very shy. Put a keyboard in front of them, different person.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah, very good term.
Have you noticed your friends being addicted to trends? Have you ever become addicted to a trend where on your social media feed that you see a new trend or a new pose or something that's being done by hundreds of thousands of people and you have to get involved in it to be part of it?
Thankfully now, with my own circle of friends, we don't really get involved too much with trends. However, memes, they're very popular, and that was actually a trend that I did have to try and get interested in, because a certain group of my friends, they love talking about memes and sharing memes and this and that. And the thing about memes is they can be very offensive to some people. Like we saw back with Hillary, she said Pepe the Frog was a racist. It's like, oh, can't be having that. So like stuff, yeah. So I suppose, yeah, that would have been a situation where social media, and that's how they share the memes, would be on. That situation to become interested in something. So yes, I suppose.
Do you see people on social media more likely to share, information about bullying and as in being more constructive, sharing constructive information, or just basically doing whatever they want and mocking and bullying others? Do you see that the trend of people using social media to benefit themselves is less than people who just want to go up and showboat and be narcissists?
I think it's more to do with narcissism, to be honest. Like I think I referred to earlier about my friend having 1,000 friends. He doesn't know that many people. It's to try and create an image of themselves that they are proud of, and if you look at, there's a sort of code of ethics on social media where there's an unwritten rules that people follow, such as if you get tagged in something, what's the correct response and all this. So it's very much restricted, and it is the people who act on it are trying to maintain a positive and popular image, I feel.
Yeah. And my final question, the younger generation, say from ages of 8 years of age up to 15, 16, do you feel that a parent should sit down and teach them how to use social media correctly, or just let them link up to as many social media platforms as they wish and just leave them do their own thing? Should we monitor it, but is that invading in their personal space, or just teach them how to do it safely and correctly? Do you think this should be part of in schools as well?
Yes. There's been a lot of trial and error over this sort of thing. What a parent can do mainly, it's up. I suppose it could be up to their discretion. Maybe 8 years old is too young. However, when I was 15, I had Facebook. So I suppose what a parent can do is what a parent can only do is teach their child what to do. You can tell them, this is how you use it, don't do this, don't do that. They have to, because although there is a situation where they can get involved with people, you've heard stories about people, like kids meeting up with older men and all this situation. It's a tough one.
You think it should be in schools, say, like social media responsibilities, and teach children in school the safety and the dangers?
I do think that should be a part of it, because if you leave it up to a parent, they might just not even think about it. That's not saying anything against a parent now. They could just not cross their mind to think about it, because quite possibly they never used it. Like, I know my father hasn't. So if you look at it like that. But yeah, for me, I was taught in school on what to do, what to say. So it should that was only out of the school's discretion. But I do feel like it should be incorporated into some sort of educational curriculum. I suppose you could bring it into like mental education, where they talk about talking about your feelings and all that. That's a major part of it at the moment with the boys, because they don't tend to talk about themselves because they want to be mentally men. You could bring it into that sort of aspect where you teach them what to do, how to react to stuff on the internet, because flame wars, for example, where like you comment and you get really invested in it and you fight and you say stuff, and it can really hurt your mental esteem. So yeah, I think teachers should be involved in making kids ready to be involved in this sort of social aspect.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.